I'm going to be going over how to fix the CLS issue. As we all may know, there's a big update coming up in June. And if you want to benefit from this SEO boost, then we want to make sure that the CLS issue is as low as possible. So, with that being said, I'm going to go over to one of the websites here that I manage. In order to figure out where the CLS issue is coming from, you're going to need to use your Chrome DevTools. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing this. One way of figuring out where the layout shifts are happening is if you go into the console, you open up rendering. There's going to be layout shift regions. This is a brand new update. If you click on it, Core Web Vitals as well. This is actually new. And then if we run it using a slow 3G network, I click refresh, and you'll be able to see where these shifts are coming from. So we'll wait. And you can see those are the shifts right there. It happens right there. Looks like it happens in the menu navigation. Essentially, everything seems to happen. What's going on in this instance is everything's getting pushed down. So right now the score is at 0.01, so it's not too bad. And you can see that big one caused it to be at 0.88, 0.93. So now the score is getting really worse. So this is one way of figuring out where your shifts are coming from. If you actually want to figure out what specific sections of your website these errors are happening from, there's another way which I'll show you in a second. But overall, I can already see that the shifts come from, and there you go, that big shift right there. So this tool kind of allows you to see in real time where your shifts are coming from. And now I'm going to show you an alternative way. I'm just going to put this to fast. So another way is if you go to Lighthouse, you click Generate Report. Okay. So here you see, if you scroll down, this is the Lighthouse report. This is on desktop. You can see that the cumulative layout shift is at 0.91. We want to keep this number as low as possible. And if we click on here where it says avoid large layout shifts, we can actually see the specific sections on where these shifts come from. Now, I can already tell you that these shifts are coming from because everything's getting pushed down when the page gets loaded. So to me, the solution to fix this would be somewhere up here. I'm using Elementor, so I'm going to be applying a minimum height on top so that we can avoid the shifts on the bottom here that happen. And so I'll do that, and I'll be back, and I'll show you what it looks like after. Now we know where the issues are coming from, so now it's time to fix them. So I'm logging into my WordPress backend. I'm using Elementor. I saw within that recording that these issues come from this specific section of the website, that it comes from the images. So what I did is on the back end of Elementor, I added a CSS class. I set the images height to be 800 pixels. So all I did with an Elementor is I added this as a class, I set it as a custom CSS, and then within the specific section as well, I set an add to cart main class, and I set a min height of 155 pixels. And so that's going to help it, that should be able to help it with a CLS score. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to be applying a minimum height on top of here. I'm not sure where I have it, but I'll just do it just for this specific example. I'll put a minimum height of, let's do 20. Or let's do, so I want to make sure that, okay. So I'll do 51, just so that I can see if it's actually made an impact or not. And that's it. So I set a min height up here. I'll also set a min height right here to this specific section. I'll put this at 500. I'll save. And I'll do it before and after. So I haven't refreshed this yet, although it probably already refreshed for me. Yeah, oftentimes the CSS you may have to do a hard refresh so that the changes can play into effect. So so this is the old one as 0.966. I'm just gonna do a hard refresh again. Let's see where the scores come from here. They come there, yeah, so. Looks like in this specific section, most of the CLS comes from this section right here. But I'm gonna do a hard refresh. Then to verify if my changes have been live, I'm gonna check the height of this section. So if I remember, I set a min height of 51. Okay, there it is. So that means we're good. I'm gonna do another run. This should fix that issue. And there you go. You see the scores at 0.01. So that is how I fixed the CLS score. It all started from the top. Remember, most of the issues comes from things loading up and things getting pushed down. So maybe something as simple as adding a minimum height to some of your pages will help with bringing that score down. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my email down below. And thank you so much for watching.